guys, it's Britt. Tonight we're here to go over some of the internet rabbit holes that I spend a lot of time in. I did a video like this about a year ago and it was kind of interesting, and I just figured it would be something a little off topic that we could share what really weird rabbit holes are out there. Maybe you guys will give me some ideas, I'll give you some ideas, but either way, if you're interested, please keep watching. All right, you guys, so first and foremost, the rabbit hole that gave me the idea to make this video is the life and death of JFK. I've watched so many documentaries about not only his life leading up to his presidency, but as well as his time in the White House. And of course, there's so many videos and articles and documents regarding his assassination. I spent a lot of time listening to conspiracy theories just to hear what other people have gathered. Like, obviously, all of that happened far before I was even born, and it's really interesting to me. I've talked to my dad about the life and death of JFK, and he has kind of shared his perspective on it as well. And it's just a place that I spend a lot of time, whether it's on YouTube or Reddit or other forums online or documentaries that might come across on TV. I will watch them, and I don't watch it to a point where it's nauseating, but if it's something that I haven't seen before and I feel like it will give me some different info, it's just very, very intriguing to me. And I think that Jackie Kennedy is an absolute icon. And you know, speaking of the Met, I just did a video about Kim Kardashian wearing Marilyn Monroe's dress, and evidently Jackie Kennedy was Kris Jenner's inspiration for her style and her outfit that night. So I don't know. I just think that there are certain people in history that just cannot be duplicated. And I understand taking some inspiration for a hairstyle or makeup or the way that you dress. But again, obviously what happened with Kim and that Marilyn Monroe dress, that's a whole nother conversation. If you want to hear my thoughts on that, go check out the video. It was just a few days ago. And I actually just saw a really interesting video from Ask a Mortician. She did a video on the assassination of JFK. So I'll link that down below if you guys haven't seen it. Follow her YouTube channel. You know, I think that we all kind of have a little bit of curiosity as far as what happens when you die. Like, I don't know, like maybe I'm just a weirdo, but that has been interesting to me for a long time. And it's also helped me accept the loved ones that I've lost. It's helped me to understand, you know, that we're all going to die one day. And unfortunately, death is part of life. And she helped me kind of understand some things that I didn't know about. And therefore, it helped me when the time came. But that's not what this video is about. Just to say that she recently did a video on JFK. So I will link that down below. And if you are interested in any of this stuff, I think that you would really like her channel. She's been on YouTube for ages, and she approaches things from a really digestible manner, but she also educates a ton in her videos, and it's that way of handling things with a little bit of, you know, a little bit of comedy here and there, not really, but her way of adding comedy is just to kind of make the topic more digestible for the listeners. So either way, not to rant about Caitlin, Ask a Mortician, she's amazing. The next rabbit hole I spend a lot of time in, and I'm sure you guys saw this coming, is obviously everything to do with Marilyn Monroe. Everything to do with her childhood, to her teen years, to her time right before she got to Hollywood, to obviously her time in Hollywood, everything that unfolded during that period of time. You know, her personal life, her scandals, her marriages, her divorces, her style, her makeup, her skincare routine, her homes, everything. I want to digest it and I want to know more. I think a lot of us can relate to that. I know that I have several Marilyn fans as subscribers. So anything to do with Marilyn Monroe, I was introduced to Erna Laszlo skincare because that is the skincare brand that Marilyn used to use. So I didn't know that they were still in business and still making products until I was looking for what was her skincare routine. It was one of those days I was looking through a bunch of stuff, figured out that it was Erna Laszlo, and then figured out that they're still in business. And they make my favorite cleansing bar. Their white marble treatment bar is 5 stars, fantastic for brightening and exfoliating, getting rid of post-acne hyperpigmentation, melasma, age spots. I love that cleansing bar, but either way, I discovered Erna Laszlo because of spending time in a Marilyn Monroe rabbit hole. I think I mentioned this in another video, but something else I spend a lot of time looking at are mid-century homes that are kind of like time capsules, because either people have, it might be an abandoned home, or it could be a home that someone has redesigned to make it mid-century, and they have everything from old appliances to mid-century furniture, everything along those lines. I find that very, very intriguing. I just think it's really cool when people take the time to either keep a home in its close to its original state, like if it was a home built in the 50s and it has some of the original hardware, they will, go ahead, and if their aesthetic is mid-century as well, people put a lot of work into keeping things the same and making it a really good replica of what the home would look like in the 50s. I think the 50s, as far as architecture, style, home decor, is one of the most, it's probably one of the best decades for home decor. I just love mid-century stuff. So not only the homes, but also looking at old businesses and like the Art Deco stuff, like down in Miami, and how it kind of also was in other places of the country. I don't know, anything mid-century, I'm just like a nerd for. And something else that's really funny is gadgets. Mid-century gadgets are so funny to me. I will link a TikTok page down below. He's a guy that finds mid-century little gadgets and cooking tools, and he will sometimes put them to the test. So I will link that down below. Another channel that I listen to a lot is Mr. Nightmare. So Mr. Nightmare does short stories. He narrates stories that he receives from his subscribers or other followers on other platforms, and he will narrate them. And initially when I came across his YouTube channel, I was kind of like, is this guy really telling, like, are these real stories? Are they not? And at the end of the day, I hope that they are. I hope that these things are actual true stories because he says that they're true. But I've kind of gotten in this habit of when he uploads, I'll listen to it like right before I go to bed. And I know that sounds really crazy to listen to a horror story right before I go to sleep, but I think that it's just the ritual of listening to it at night. If I see that he uploaded during the day, I'll just save to my watch later and then listen to it at night. But I really like his channel, and there are other channels obviously on YouTube as well. Mr. Nightmare has been around forever, but listening to these short scary stories that have happened to people, obviously assuming that no one got hurt, it is just really crazy, and it kind of like opens your mind to remind yourself that people are crazy. Like, there are crazy people in the world, and even though nobody got hurt, like being followed home or being followed through a parking garage is still extremely scary. And for me, it's a constant reminder to kind of like keep my antennas up and watch out for, weird people. The last rabbit hole that I'm going to share with you guys for today is regarding celebrities' possessions. So I mentioned Marilyn Monroe earlier, and these celebs that I'm really fascinated with, I will go and look at, who bought Marilyn Monroe's house, or who did the what happened with the presidential limousine that Kennedy was assassinated in? What happened to Jackie's outfit that she was wearing that day? Stuff like that. So that kind of falls into what I was saying earlier, but just looking at where are some of these possessions today? Are they in a museum? Did some Harry Joe buy it at auction and we don't know where Harry Joe is now? That stuff to me is really interesting, and it's really crazy the price that people will pay for a, you know, a sock that someone famous wore. That's a whole nother conversation, but obviously we do idolize a lot of celebrities, and that's why I always say if someone's going to be named a celebrity, it should be someone worth celebrating. And unfortunately, I think in this day and age, a lot of people are tagged celebrity and they, in my opinion, aren't really doing anything to be celebrated. But that's, again, just my opinion. What do I know? So either way, tell me, what internet rabbit holes do you guys spend a lot of time in? Obviously, true crime as a whole is something that I spend a lot of time looking at and listening to, but I wanted to be a little bit more specific in this video and throw some odd things in as well. But tell me what rabbit holes you guys spend time in, what's entertaining, what's interesting, what can you spend like 2 hours on a Sunday afternoon reading about? Leave it in the comments. So for now, if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.